Hi, this is Brendan from Watto Training, and in this tutorial we take a look at a commentary drive in Port Lincoln for C-Class vehicles. The source of information for this tutorial is from mylicense.sa.gov.au. Firstly, let's take a look at some of the potential driving situations that someone would get in a commentary drive situation. They can be intersections, crossings, high-speed zones, traffic density, and lane driving, to name a few. Some examples more specifically include roundabouts, uncontrolled intersections, controlled intersections with stop signs, controlled intersections with give way signs, controlled intersections with signals, direction markings, direction signs, multi-lane roads. A driver should focus on the following during a commentary drive. Focus point 1. Applying observation and scanning techniques. Scanning means taking in the whole scene 360 degrees around your vehicle. This is a key hazard perception skill that drivers need to use to avoid crashes. What is a hazard in relation to road safety? A hazard can be any possible source of danger on or near the road that could lead to a crash, and it can come from any direction. There are 3 parts of hazard perception. These are see, think, and do. See. Scan the road ahead with your eyes to spot any hazards. Think. Thinking about what you need to do ahead of time to respond safely. And do. Acting in response to the hazard you see, for example, slowing down or creating more space. Low-risk driving. Driving is never risk-free. Drivers must aim to drive in a low-risk manner. A low-risk driver has good observation, speed management, and road positioning skills. Look 12 seconds ahead. In a 60 km/h speed zone, this means looking 200 meters ahead. On a freeway at 90 km/h, it means looking up to 300 meters ahead. Use your peripheral vision. Peripheral vision is vision as it occurs outside the point of fixation, i.e., away from the center of gaze. Be aware of your blind spots. Drivers must conduct shoulder checks prior to moving off from the side of the road and making lane changes. Mirrors. Drivers must use their rear view mirror and side mirrors at frequent intervals, especially before signalling, braking, and turning, to check what other road users are doing. Move your eyes and move your head. Effective scanning means drivers constantly move their eyes and/or their head when driving so that they can detect hazards that may arise ahead, to the sides, and behind their vehicle. Leave yourself an out. When driving, always have a plan of escape should the traffic conditions quickly change. If a vehicle is tailgating, leave more space in front of your vehicle, as this reduces your braking requirements. Offset your vehicle where possible to the vehicle travelling alongside. This allows space for other vehicles to escape if they should swerve suddenly. Make sure other drivers see you. Look at the faces of other drivers to see if they are looking at you. Get eye contact with those other drivers. Use your signals in plenty of time so they are clearly understood. Position your vehicle in such a way to clearly show your intention, e.g., when turning left. Where possible, do not travel in blind spot areas of other vehicles. Focus point 2. Recognizing and risk assessing adverse driving conditions commonly encountered during driving activities. Examples include rain and wet roads, fog, snow and ice, extreme cold, strong winds, and bright sunlight. What is a risk assessment in relation to driving? A risk assessment in relation to low-risk driving of a car is the process of identifying, analysing and evaluating potential hazards that could lead to traffic accidents or unsafe driving conditions. The goal is to minimise the risks associated with driving by understanding and managing possible dangers before they lead to harmful outcomes. What is a risk in relation to road safety? A hazard is anything that can cause harm, whereas a risk is how great the chance that someone will be harmed by the hazard. Focus point 3. Monitoring traffic and road conditions, anticipating hazards and reacting appropriately. Drivers monitor traffic and road conditions using a combination of visual observation, vehicle instruments, and sometimes technology aids. Examples include visual observation, e.g., observation, scanning, mirror checks, central and peripheral vision. Example 2. Vehicle instruments, e.g., speedometer, GPS and navigation system, dashboard indicators. Example 3. Technology aids, e.g., advanced driver assistance systems, smartphone apps. Example 4. Radio and communication, e.g., traffic reports, CB radio, two-way radio. Example 5. Environmental awareness, e.g., weather conditions and light conditions. Focus point 4. Explaining risks when driving and how to drive to minimize this risk. Examples. Number 1. Speeding. Risk. Exceeding speed limits or driving too fast for conditions, leading to reduced reaction times and increased severity of accidents. Minimization. Always adhere to speed limits and adjust your speed according to traffic, weather, and road conditions. Example number 2. Unfamiliar roads. Risk. Being unfamiliar with the road layout, traffic patterns, or signage can lead to dangerous maneuvers and accidents. Minimization. Use a GPS or map to plan your route in advance. Drive more cautiously and pay extra attention to road signs and markings. Example 3. Intersections. Risk. Intersections are hotspots for collisions due to crossing paths and the mixing of various traffic directions. Minimization. Always observe traffic signals and signs. Watch for turning vehicles and anticipate pedestrian movements. Focus point 5. The benefits of using low-risk driving techniques. Increased safety, reduced stress, lowest crash costs, improved fuel efficiency, vehicle care, improved traffic flow, legal compliance, and personal responsibility. Focus point 6. The consequences of risky driving behaviours. Accidents and injuries, legal penalties, higher insurance costs, damage to property, psychological impact, for example, PTSD, anxiety, and depression, loss of life, economic impact, e.g., burden on healthcare system, social consequences, e.g., social stigma, loss of reputation. Focus point 7. Communicating effectively with other road users. Effective communication between drivers and other road users is essential for ensuring safety on the roads. Examples of how drivers can communicate effectively to reinforce safe driving behaviours include: Example 1. Use of signals. Always use turn signals well in advance of making a turn or changing lanes. This gives other drivers, motorcyclists, bicyclists, and pedestrians adequate time to react to your actions. Example 2. Brake lights and hazard lights. Use brake lights to indicate slowing down or stopping. In case of a breakdown or if you have to stop suddenly in an emergency, use hazard lights to alert other drivers that your vehicle is obstructing traffic or facing issues. Example 3. Eye contact. When possible, making eye contact with pedestrians, cyclists, and other drivers at intersections or crosswalks can help in acknowledging their presence and your intentions. Example 4. Use of horn. The horn should only be used to alert others of your presence if they seem unaware and a collision seems imminent. Overuse or aggressive use of the horn can lead to confusion and aggression. Example of a commentary drive, Port Lincoln, South Australia. We're just getting up to a roadworks area and we want to take a left turn at the roundabout, so we mirror check, indicate left, make sure it's all clear, giving way to all vehicles on the roundabout, and taking a left turn and following the road, taking it nice and steady with the roadworks, and roadworks sign on the left. Once passing the sign completely, moving back up to speed, following the road around to the right up ahead. No need to indicate, just following the road around nice and steady. Coming up to a roundabout to take a right turn. It's a speed zone of 40, mirror check, indicator, brake, slow down, scanning the roundabout, scanning the side areas, all clear, moving on to the roundabout, moving around to the right, monitoring other traffic as I go, left indicator to lead, scan to the side to make sure it's all clear, following the road. Again, checking for speed signs, we can see them coming into a 40 roadwork area. I'm going to take a left turn at this roundabout. So again, mirror check behind, indicator to the left. Seeing as I'm in a queue of traffic, I'm just going to monitor that left side in case a bicycle comes up while I'm here. So I just do a little quick left shoulder check. Now I'm just going to position the vehicle behind the broken line. Give way to all vehicles on the roundabout. Okay, all clear, moving on. Shoulder check left is clear. Now we're coming up to a 25 kilometre per hour speed zone. So just taking it really super steady. Patiently moving along. Monitoring traffic and pedestrians on the left. Making sure I maintain that 25 kilometre per hour speed. I'm going to take a left-hand turn at the roundabout up ahead. Mirror check behind, I've got a bit of a queue of traffic. Left indicator on, slowing down, scanning the roundabout, giving way to all vehicles on the roundabout. I've got sufficient space there to make my move. Following around, and up ahead I can see 50 kilometre per hour speed signs. Looking up ahead, I've got to keep clear, so I'm just scanning that area, moving forward safely. This time I'm going to take a right turn at the roundabout, so mirror check, indicator, brake, scanning the roundabout and to the sides, moving around to the right. Nice gentle steering input, keeping the eyes on the move, left indicator to leave the roundabout, scanning the footpaths because there's kids playing in the park over there, and following the road, monitoring the oncoming traffic, monitoring the angle parking on the left, looking for any brake lights coming on or reversing lights, scanning to the right in case anybody walks out onto the road. I can see reversing lights on the left, so I'm just monitoring that vehicle. Up ahead I can see a 40 zone, so I've got a vehicle just doing a U-turn. I've got a clear path ahead, so I'm just going to check my speed and make sure I don't go over that 40 speed limit. Checking the cars parked on the left side of the road, checking my mirror behind, and checking the side streets. Eyes running up ahead, I can see a vehicle turning. So I'm just going to time my run, that vehicle turn after that silver vehicle comes through. We're just coming out of the 40 zone at the moment, and we're about to come up into the 50 zone. Okay, so we've just entered the 50 zone, so I'm just going to scan, just increase the speed a little bit more, following the road. And up ahead I've got a set of traffic lights. I'm going to go straight ahead. Checking the mirror behind, I've got a vehicle behind me about 4 seconds. I've got a vehicle up ahead with the red brake lights on. I'm just braking now. Lights have gone green. Scanning to the sides to make sure there's no red light runners. All clear, moving through nice and safely. Vehicle overtaking on the left. Scanning up ahead, we've got a little bridge. We're going to go over the bridge. Bike lane on the left. monitoring for bikes. Checking my road position, checking the bike lane is clear. Up ahead I'm going to take a right turn, so mirror check, behind is clear. Position the vehicle, slowing the vehicle down, right indicator comes on. Monitoring that white vehicle on the other side, they've got to give way to me. Turning nice and smoothly around to the right, making sure I don't cut the center line. Straighten the vehicle up. Got a bike lane on the left, got a person on the left as well, just monitoring their actions. Mirror check behind, it's clear. Checking side streets. Checking side streets, all clear. Bike lane on the left is clear. Mirror check behind, I've got a vehicle behind me about 6 seconds. Side streets are clear. Side streets are clear. Vehicle behind still about 5 or 6 seconds behind. Warning sign up ahead telling me there's a roundabout coming up. I'm going to take a right turn. Mirror check, right indicator, slowing the vehicle down, giving way to all vehicles on the roundabout. Yes, we're clear, we're good to go. Moving into the roundabout, nice smooth steering around to the right, eyes on the move, scanning, left indicator to leave, checking the footpaths, checking the shoulder area, and we're away. Bike lane on the left, monitoring my road position, keeping my eyes on the move, making sure I'm checking side streets, checking driveways, checking what's behind. Bike lane sign on the left, clear at the moment. Coming up towards the T section, I'm going to take a right turn. So I'm just going to monitor the activity from the left here. All clear at the moment. Moving through safely. Okay, got 2 vehicles turning up ahead. Mirror check behind is clear. Right indicator is on. Slowly approaching the right turn. Giving way to vehicles. Okay, clear there and clear there. Just creeping out a little bit. Okay, got a better view now. Got a blue car coming through. Just got a taxi coming through, so I'm just going to patiently wait. Okay, taxi's coming through. Got another car coming through. Okay, there's my gap. I'm going to move forward nice and safely, not impacting anyone's pathway. Watching this turning vehicle. There's sufficient space between myself and that vehicle, so we're all good. Following the road, mirror check behind. Not being tailgated or anything by anyone. Moving along nice and safely. Keeping an eye on what's happening around me. Just in the right lane at the moment. Clear on the left. Just coming up nice and steady. Okay, coming up to a busy roundabout. And I'm going to take a right turn. So mirror check, indicator, eyes on the move, scanning to make sure it's all clear to proceed. Coming up to the broken line, stopping, giving way to all vehicles on the roundabout. Yet we're good to go. Moving out onto the roundabout. And around we go to the right. Indicate to the left to let everyone know that I'm getting off. Scanning, eyes on the move, shoulder checks are clear, and we're through. Now we'll take a left turn, mirror check, indicator, slowing down, around to the left, and following the road. The road turns into a one-way street. So I'm just, again, monitoring the streets, little driveways on the left, and checking the vehicles on the left, and also looking out for pedestrians. I can see a white arrow up ahead telling me the direction of the road. I can also see a pedestrian crossing, so I'm slowing down, scanning to the sides. I've got a vehicle coming my way from the left, but they're coming out of a private property, so they'll give way to me. I'm going to take a left turn up ahead, so mirror, indicator, shoulder check. Just making sure these people clear. Okay, we're moving up. I'm going to move up next to the white four-wheel drive. They're moving off. I'm coming into a 25k zone. Giving way, making sure it's all clear. And taking things very steadily. I respect the keep clear area. There's space for me to move forward, so I'm moving forward. The footpath is closed, so I'm just noting that. I'm going to move up next to this truck, so I might get an obscured view. Actually, they're going, so I'm all good. Yep, give way to all vehicles. We're clear, so we're going on and taking it around and maintaining that nice, slow, steady speed. What I can see up ahead is a ute that is very close to the white line on my left. So I'm just going to slow down a little bit and make sure I've got sufficient space. That's it, moving through. And I'm just about to come up into a 50 zone. So I'm keeping my speed nice and steady, obeying the speed limit, and then moving into the 50 zone. And I'm going to take a left turn into Bly Street, so mirror check, indicator, slowing down. All clear. Watching that gentleman on the left side there. Okay, he's safe. We're going to go straight ahead of the roundabout this time. So mirror check, I've got a car behind me about 2 seconds behind. I'm coming up. There is a vehicle approaching, but there's plenty of space for me to get onto the roundabout without impacting on their pathway. Left indicator, checking to the sides, all clear. And now I'm going to take a right turn up ahead at a T. So mirror check, indicator to the right, position the vehicle accordingly. Okay, I've got vehicles approaching from the left, vehicles approaching from the right. So I'm just going to strategically wait until I can see a gap. I'm going to make sure that when I move out that nobody has to slow down for me. It's Friday afternoon, so there's quite a bit of traffic out on the road at the moment. Waiting patiently. Okay, vehicle turning on the right, so we're good on the right. We're just about right on that side, so look. Yep, confirmed it's clear. And what I'm noting straight away is that I'm driving into a 40 zone. And following the road. Monitoring the speed. Got a broken line separating our lane with the lane coming towards us. We're going to take a right turn, so mirror check, indicator, noting the 50 km/h speed zones. There's plenty of space between myself and that white vehicle approaching, so I'm going to go around to the right and follow the road. Just checking that vehicle pulling up on the left. Okay, they're giving way to me, which is great. I'm going to take a left turn up ahead. Mirror check, indicator, slowing down, tucking in close to the left edge. Looking up on the right, we're all clear. Once the silver Lexus comes through, moving out nice and steadily, and following the road.